All right, guys, what's going on? Welcome in. Huge breaking NFL news just came out 30 seconds ago here. The Las Vegas Raiders and Josh McDaniels have decided to bench quarterback Derek Carr in favor of Jarrett Stidham for this Sunday's game. Personally, I never thought it was going to get to this point. You look at Derek as a leader, you look at Derek's resume with the Raiders, at the quarterback position. He's one of their best players in franchise history. I am a huge fan of Derek. Been a big fan since the Fresno State days. Just a guy that you can rally behind. I feel like players really want to play for him. They want to come down with the big catch. They will take that hit. They won't shy away from contact. They want to help the quarterback position out. Obviously, this season has been just a bit of a mess with the close losses, the one possession losses, inability to close games. There's just so much speculation going on with Josh McDaniels and whatnot, really the future of that Raiders organization. But in this one, I wanted to talk about Derek here and really ask the question, A, is he on his way out because of this news? And then B, are the New York Jets a potential option for Carr next season? So I think right off the bat, based off of what we're seeing so far, the Raiders would like to move on from Carr. I mean, obviously the Raiders are going to finish with a high draft pick. There's a couple of really nice quarterbacks coming out like Bryce Young and CJ Stroud. Some talk about Will Levis as well. And Derek's contract is pretty big if Carr were to remain on the Raiders. Obviously in 2023 and 2024, 2 cap hits of $43 million. If they don't feel comfortable about Carr right now, McDaniels and co, what are they going to feel about Carr in a couple years? So if the organization wants to move on from Derek, this is probably the best time. Why? Because there's an out after this season where he's only a $5.6 million dead cap hit. In other words, Derek signed a really team-friendly contract with this football team. Okay, so I think right now, if you are the Raiders, you have to ask the hard questions. Should we blow it up? Should we start over? Should we maybe reload as opposed to rebuild? It's going to be a big question mark. But as far as Derek Carr going to the New York Jets, sign me up for it. Sign me up for it. I thought Derek leaving the Raiders, it's just so crazy because he's been with the black and silver for so long. To think about him on a different team is just kind of wild to think about. But if there's a possibility or a chance that the Jets could actually land Derek Carr, I am doing it 100%. If I'm Joe Douglas, I am getting it done. I am getting it done no matter what it takes. You look at what the Jets need right now. We need stability. We need a leader. We need consistency. We need somebody who can run more of a timing rhythm-based system. Derek Carr checks all 4 of those boxes. You can maybe argue that he checks the ball down way too much or takes the easier throws as opposed to really trying to push the ball downfield. But I would push back and say, you know what? That is what the Jets need. The Jets need somebody who can just go out there, hit the simple stuff. They have the offensive weapons. They have the skill positions on this football team. Thinking about Breece Hall coming back, thinking about Michael Carter, Garrett Wilson, Elijah Moore, another free agency class, another draft class. The Jets will have playmakers on the offensive side of the football. We just need a point guard. We just need somebody to go out there and distribute, not throw anybody under the bus, not be short with the media after a loss. Somebody who can rally the guys. That is exactly who Derek Carr is. The defense is top notch. The defense is going to win football games, but at some point, it can't just be all defense winning these games. I think if the Jets were to land Derek Carr, this is actually something that we kind of talked about weeks ago, more so, when Zach was right around the time of the Patriot game, that second Patriot game, where things really started to fall apart. And, it seemed like every single Jet fan was just like Derek Carr, Jimmy G, Derek Carr. It's really between those two guys for realistically speaking. I know there's some talk about like Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers, but, if the Jets could land either Jimmy G or Derek Carr, sign me up for that. And also, we have to take a look at Carr's trajectory, his career trajectory. Yes, the Raiders aren't winning a ton of games. They're not blowing teams out and stuff like that. But when you actually watch Derek Carr play, he's still he has a good hold of that offense. He knows where to go with the football. He is a veteran and he has played in so many different games. And you just take a look at his broad stats. He's still a really effective quarterback. 24 touchdowns, 14 INTs, 3,522 passing yards, a completion percentage above 60%. Yeah, those numbers aren't elite. They're not crazy. It's not like 2016 Derek Carr, 2019 Derek Carr, but those are still awesome, awesome numbers. Those are numbers that I would love to have with this, with this Jets squad. Of course, little high in the interceptions, of course, granted, I totally get that, but I'm not going to cherry pick this one season and say, oh, Derek Carr turns the ball over way too much. I think he's a great fit for what the Jets want to do. I think it's realistic that the Jets could land him, and at this point in his career, I think he would come in, galvanize this young football team, and really take them to the next level. Crazy stuff to think about. Crazy stuff. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments section. Thanks so much for watching. You guys call this too, by the way, before anybody. So I think it's just flat out cool. So thanks so much for watching, and as always, go Jets.